Then, if he can catch a glimpse of that, right, what will he do? Pursue it. It will awaken a need, a want, a desire, will it not? So go ahead.
They are those between these two as love is. You see, wisdom is one of the most beautiful things, and love is a love for the beautiful.
That's it. Love, is it?
Love is a love.
Love is a love of the beautiful.
So
anytime anybody perceives what they regard as beautiful, it doesn't make any difference who or what they are, there's a desire naturally for it.
So love must necessarily be a philosopher. And being a philosopher, he must be between wise and ignorant. His birth is the cause of this.
Myth.
For he comes of a wise and resourceful father.
Myth. Right? Go ahead.
But of a mother resourceless and not wise.
Right? Back in the myth. Pulls them together.
Well then, dear Socrates, this is the nature of the spirit. But it was no wonder you thought love what you did think. You thought, if I may infer it from what you say, that love was the beloved, not the lover.
Socrates, you made a mistake. You got them confused. You thought the lover was the beloved. That's your problem. See, through this entire speech of Diotima, she's going to straighten out 4 terms. Love, loving, the beloved, lover. The whole speech does that. The myth just picks up these aspects. Okay, go ahead.
That's why I think love seemed to you wholly beautiful.
Now we're going to get a new definition of it. Go ahead.
For the thing love is...
What's that? That's this. Hold it. That's this, isn't it? This is the thing love. Now, hey, look here. What are we going to do? With these terms, we can then say these terms represent Aphrodite. Try it.
For the thing love is in fact beautiful and dainty and perfect and blessed. But the loving thing has a different shape, such as I've described.
So, what must she be then?
Divine.
More? Come on, what are the qualities? What's the qualities of wisdom? You just read them.
Wise, resourceful.
Wise, resourceful.
Brave. Go ahead, high strength.
Wow.
Mighty hunter, weaving devices.
For the thing loved is in fact beautiful, all right, dainty, perfect, blessed. It's perfect, it's blessed. The word dainty isn't there. The word is tender. Tender in the sense that accessible, it can be entered into, right? Tender. It doesn't create obstacles. Therefore, Aphrodite must be regarded as all beautiful, perfect, blessed. Therefore, anyone then who encounters it deserves the title of the blessed. They recognize now a perception into the nature of divine beauty as perfect. Where? Where's all of this disclosed? In the garden of Zeus. What does that mean? Therefore, it's through the functioning of the intellect that this therefore is perceived. This is where the drama takes place. And the rest of the symposium therefore is to try to show how the individual philosopher must develop the intellect in order to get into this game so that they can perceive the nature of beauty as wisdom, or wisdom as beauty, which is another expression of Aphrodite.
Which would be to experience it then, rather than to gain an understanding of it, which we have so far.
Would you not agree, what does this do? This tells us about it, does it not? And if you begin to see the reasons why what is being said, if you understand the reasons why the opinions you are gaining or learning are true or right, that's understanding. But now you have to have a way to confirm it so that it's yours and not the author's alone, right? You want to enter into it, you don't want to be told, right? Even though it's nice to be told beautiful things, you want to get into it, do it, experience it, become part of it. So then, look here. Did Diotima then bring together the model and the myth? Did it then open up and allow us to understand the myth in a new way? Did it relate, therefore, to a higher purpose? Because one of the great mysteries is, what is this crazy thing called philosophy and the philosopher? So therefore, this myth serves a great purpose, not only to acquaint us with the metaphysical realm of the nature of reality being wisdom itself, and perfect, and blessed, and beautiful, but how the intellect can therefore gain a perception of it and confirm one's understanding in a higher experience. Right? That's the very thing we were talking about. Therefore, the context of the myth presupposes the model. They both must be brought together to serve the purpose, a higher purpose, because the context allows us to see the purpose of the myth. Isn't that what we said? The purpose of the myth. There's a mystery to unfold. The mystery to unfold is the curious thing called the philosopher. And therefore, the purpose of the myth is to disclose the nature of the philosopher and philosophy within a metaphysical structure. Now we can turn around and say, hey, how does love function in the everyday world? We can say, oh, everywhere in nature and every place we can see a desire for the beautiful and procreation on the various levels in which it can be done and the way in which it's done by different kinds of entities and living entities. Can we not? We can talk about, we can fit the everyday phenomenal within the metaphysical now. We don't go the other way around. We go to the metaphysical first, work out all these relationships, and then see if we can see the everyday world on a higher level. So to be able to see the everyday world within the metaphysical context is the way of using this curious thing called philosophical myths of Plato. And that's what we've been doing. And therefore, I'm open to your questions. I think I've completed it. Have we not? Good.
Does he ever describe the birth of beauty?
No.
Okay, my next question arises, in the Greek world, then, since he doesn't describe the birth of beauty...
Not here. Not in this myth.
Oh, but my question is, did Plato ever describe it in any other myth? Or would we have to go to the standard myth of birth of Aphrodite?
Well, see, what's interesting if we look at myths as understood by a modern Robert Graves, he will show that for each of these myths, they vary in different places and at different times. It's not just one.
Right, exactly.
So therefore, what you want to see is the highest expression and use of this, and therefore you go to those thinkers with whom that functions. Yes, he does. We can go, see, Aphrodite as divine beauty is a mythical way of expressing what is called the idea of the good. Now, the idea of the good is not a thought. It's a Greek word, idea, which means to be able to behold it. So to be able to hold the good, or the one, to be able to hold it, the experience that one has is Aphroditic divine beauty. So that's what it is. And therefore he talks about that in various dialogues. That's the whole purpose of making the metaphysical and the mythical into one continuous parallel story. And that's the Phaedrus. It's also the Republic, centrally. And maybe we should do that next time.